This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Monday, November 17th. Very warm and humid today with a high of 86, clear and humid tonight with a low of 70. Here are today's headlines. For 3 years, residents along Singleton Boulevard in West Dallas have pushed the city for changes that would limit industrial facilities, and this week they'll get to have their say. A community meeting is scheduled for Tuesday at the West Dallas Multipurpose Center at 6 p.m. to gather feedback from residents on rezoning the area. Residents want to reduce heavy industrial uses, prevent displacement, and protect the character of their neighborhoods, many of which are home to Latino and Black communities. In late 2022, after the community pushed for it, District 6 City Plan Commissioner Deborah Carpenter asked the commission to include an authorized hearing on its agenda to address land uses that are incompatible with residents' needs. Since then, the hearing has been pending. Now the process is moving forward, and the city-initiated zoning case must undergo a round of community meetings to gather recommendations. Then the City Plan Commission and City Council must approve it. In other news, the Federal Aviation Administration said Sunday it is lifting all restrictions on commercial flights that were imposed at 40 major airports, including the 2 major airports in North Texas during the country's longest government shutdown. Airlines resumed their regular flight schedules this morning, citing safety concerns as staffing shortages grew at air traffic control facilities during the shutdown. The FAA issued an unprecedented order to limit traffic in the skies. It had been in place since November 7th, affecting thousands of flights across the country. The flight cuts started at 4% and later grew to 6% before the FAA on Friday rolled the restrictions back to 3%, citing continued improvements in air traffic controller staffing since the record 43-day shutdown ended. Cancellations hit their highest point November 9th, when airlines cut more than 2,900 flights because of the FAA order, ongoing controller shortages, and severe weather in parts of the country. Next up, a judge rejected for now a bid by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to bar Tylenol-maker Kenvue from marketing its over-the-counter pain medication as being safe for pregnant women within the state. After a hearing Friday, State District Judge Leanne Rafferty denied Paxton's request for a temporary restraining order, court records show. The Attorney General sued Kenvue and its former parent Johnson & Johnson on October 28th, claiming they concealed the risks of autism and other disorders for children if mothers take Tylenol during pregnancy. Experts say there is no clear connection between the use of acetaminophen, which is the active ingredient in Tylenol, during pregnancy, and adverse neurobehavioral or developmental outcomes such as autism. Kenvue has pushed back against this link, saying the claims are unsupported by scientific evidence. Untreated fevers and pain are known risks during pregnancy. In a statement, Kenvue said the attempt by Texas to block marketing of Tylenol had reached far beyond the state's jurisdiction, defied science, and placed the health of women and children at risk. Their tactics are politically and financially motivated and have nothing to do with the health and safety of consumers. We will continue to do everything in our power to stand up for sound, credible science. And Post Malone has been announced as the musical act that will perform at halftime of the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. Malone grew up in Grapevine and is a longtime fan of the Cowboys. He is also one of the most commercially successful artists of his generation, with 3 number-1 albums, numerous chart-topping singles, and 18 Grammy nominations. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.